Namaste and welcome to Alpha Mind Powers channel. This video is about Srividya, the next class that is coming up, our online class. What is Srividya? Let me give you a small explanation about our class. Srividya is the highest form of worshipping Devi or Shakti, Maha Tripurasundari or Lalitha Tripurasundari. And Srividya is also known as a Tantra. Why do we call it a Tantra? Because there is a discipline that is involved, there are rituals that are involved, there are certain norms that are involved, many things like that, and it is a very conventional subject. So that is why Srividya is also known as a Tantra. And in our class, I teach this under three headings. First of all, the yantra, then the mantra, and finally the Tantra. So under yantra, the Sri yantra is the yantra which is spoken about in Srividya, and that is also known as the Maha yantra. It has the two energies, the two important energies in our life, Shiva and Shakti, the male energy and the female energy. Both are combined in this yantra. And this is a yantra which can give you anything that you want. You can ask for anything in life. And if you keep this yantra in your puja room and pray and chant the mantra and keep on energizing that yantra, it can give you anything, abundance of anything that you ask for. That is the Sri yantra. And in this Srividya class, you will understand the formation of the yantra, because there is a geometric pattern. You will understand the pattern, how that pattern is formed, and what are the components there. You will understand all that in this class. Then once we understand the yantra, a little extension of that is the Mahameru. Sri yantra is the two-dimensional form. It is a flat one. And generally we use the copper yantra, so you have the length and breadth only. So it's two-dimensional. Now the same Sri yantra, if you keep it flat on a table or anywhere, and then the dot which is there in the middle, which is known as the bindu, if you hold that dot and pull it up, then it can rise up as a three-dimensional form. And that is the Mahameru. So you will also understand how the Mahameru comes from the Sri yantra. So all that explanation will be there. So this is the yantra part of it. Then comes the mantra. Srividya mantras are supposed to be kept very secret. As I said earlier, it's a very traditional, conventional form of worship. And it was never given very easily. In those days, it was almost impossible to get initiated into Srividya, because any guru who was able to give it would not give it easily. Because it is always said you give anything to anybody, but never give Srividya, because it becomes a guru's responsibility when he gives it to somebody who's undeserving, in the sense someone who will not practice it properly. Then it becomes the guru's responsibility. That is what was always said. But these are days when things are becoming more open, and whoever is interested should get Srividya, should be able to learn and practice Srividya, because it is nothing but worshipping the Devi. So if the thought is pure and the intention is pure, I feel anybody should be able to receive the mantras, at least learn them and practice. And it is only by practice that they get more and more from Devi. The class by itself initiates them, it takes them onto that path and gives them a few tools like the mantras and the method of forming the doing the Navavarna Pooja and forming the Mahameru around yourself. All these tools are given. And I personally always feel that when it is Srividya, it's with any of my classes, but with Srividya, I feel I'm completely only a medium in between. It is the Devi herself who initiates whoever participates. So it is the intention of the participant. So once a person feels I should learn Srividya, then definitely that person should be able to do it, should get an opportunity to do it. And as I always say, if you get initiated into Srividya in this life, then it simply means you have done so much Purva Janma Punya in previous lives. That is why you are getting it now in this life. That's what I always believe in. So the mantras are given, and the first mantra is the Bala mantra, and the second mantra is Saubhagya Panchadasi. That also I teach. And once you learn these mantras, the main responsibility or the discipline required is that you chant these two mantras 108 times every day. And it doesn't take much time, 3, 4, 5 minutes maximum, not more than that. So these are the way we do Srividya, the way I teach the method and the way you will practice after that. It is much easier than the Upasana method where it is very rigorous. That is not suitable for people of this day who take things in a much easier way, which we cannot avoid it because we have so many other things to do. So you cannot get up at 3:30 every morning, have a cold bath and then sit and do the puja for 2-3 hours. We just cannot do it. It's not realistic, it's not practical. So that is why I have made this class easier, and the instructions came to me from Devi herself. She told me what to teach, what not to teach, what is minimum required. So only that I have brought it to this. So the mantra part will be done, and after that the Tantra comes in. So yantra, mantra and Tantra. In Tantra there are certain things you will learn. How to purify your body first of all. And once the purification takes place, purification is essential for Srividya because we bring the Devi into ourselves. You merge. You bring her, make her sit on top of your head on the bindu, and you do manasika puja. So there are so many ways in which her entire energy comes into you. You start feeling that energy. So you need to prepare yourself, your physical body and the mind. Mind should always be prepared. But physical body also, some cleansing is required. So we do that. And once all that Matruka Akshara Dhyanam we do on each chakra, once all that is done, the Maha, your body itself becomes a Sri yantra, and the Mahameru gets created around you. So all this is the Tantra that we learn in Srividya. And when you start practicing this, what you will experience is first of all immense bliss. That is one thing I can definitely tell you, the way our Alpha Siddhas who have done Srividya class, the bliss that they experience, it's a divine bliss that they experience, and the ecstasy, and also feeling the presence of Bala very close to you all the time. Because once you understand Bala's energy in the Srividya class, she is always with you. Whenever you want, whenever you think of her, she's just there. So she is just here next to me, if you can see her, a small frame, but she's there. So Bala's energy is something that can lift anybody up from any difficulty, any trouble, and give you that bliss, give you solutions, give you what you want in life. And many of us, our Alpha Siddhas, we are enjoying this bliss so much. So do participate in our Srividya class. And many people have a lot of questions about this class, whether it is difficult to practice, whether you can practice during periods. See, you do not have to worry about all this at all. The way we do Srividya, it is not Upasana method, it is a Srividya Dhyanam, Srividya meditation. So in meditation we have darshan of Devi, we do puja for Devi, manasika puja, and we feel her presence within us. So what more do we want? The ecstasy that you will experience in this class is beyond words. I have just tried to explain in my own words whatever we do in the class. But what happens there is something more than this. So you need to be there to experience it and to understand. So do participate in our Srividya class. The details are given below, and you will definitely experience bliss, and that divinity will work in your life after that. So welcome to Srividya.